Hello, and welcome back to Theo's Coffee Break Podcast, where the coffee is always on and there's always room for one more seat at my coffee table. I'm your host, Theo, and today I am so excited to introduce you to someone whose work sits right at the intersection of community, youth empowerment, and music. Our guest today is Timothy Harris, a nonprofit leader working with suspended students to help them reintegrate into public schools, and at the same time, a music coach and freestyle artist who's using creativity to inspire the next generation. So in this interview, we're going to be talking about his journey, the impact of his work, and how music, especially freestyle, can shape lives. So stick around, because Tim is here right across from me, and he also has a brand new project in the works that you're definitely going to want to hear about. So grab your coffee and let's jump on in. Hi, how you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
The intro gave me chills.
Yeah? You got some chills?
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's do this. I'm excited.
When I was putting together your interview, I was like, I love authentic stories. I love authentic people. So putting yours together was definitely a lot of fun. So first off, do you go by Timothy or Tim?
Tim.
Tim? Okay. Well, Tim, first of all, welcome again to the coffee table. And how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling so good. I'm excited. Excited to do a podcast. Excited to just talk about what's been going on in life recently, what's happening in the future. And so just so excited.
Yeah. And the sun's out, beautiful weather.
It's like Labor Day. It's like the best day to do a podcast. I feel like, most people have to like go somewhere. I'm like, I get to wake up. Had an amazing breakfast this morning. So,
ooh, what kind of breakfast you have?
Well, my wife made me some waffles. We had some bacon, sausage, everything. So it's just like
waffles.
Yeah,
I love waffles. Oh my God,
they were on sale at Meijer, so I grabbed like a big box, and now I have like unlimited waffles.
You had me at they were on sale. Well, awesome. Also, is this your first time doing a podcast, or have you done one before?
This is like my very first podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, now I feel special. Okay, well, cool. So before we dive into the work you do, I'd love for our listeners to get to know you a little bit better. So Tim, can you share a bit about your personal journey and what led you into nonprofit work and music?
Yeah. So growing up, I mean, music was always around for me. My dad actually was a gospel DJ growing up. So a lot of times I would like be in the basement with him as he was gospel DJing and just like always hearing music. So as I got older, it was always like a little piece of home for me. So it always kind of carried through life. And as I got older, like I got to do it for myself. So I started with like a little MIDI keyboard.
Oh my gosh.
And then I was like making my own music, but it went from like making beats to like actually just rapping on different tracks that I had made. And then when I moved to Grand Rapids about like 2 years ago, that's really when I started just performing and getting out and doing music. And it's just become such a like fun space to be in because it's like something that I practice so much. Like I think I'm always having an instrumental in my head, just like playing or listening to instrumental music just to like perfect my craft. And then really with the nonprofit work, I came here and worked at Wedgwood to start out. Okay. And just the impact the kids had on my life was so different because I just loved how much I could see them grow. And so I'm like, this is something I want to be a part of for like years and years to come. So now like being in the space I am now, it's just been so rewarding. Yeah. Like I think I get to wake up every day and do like exactly what I love to do.
I'm sorry, really quick. Gospel DJ.
Yeah.
What does that sound like? Does he go to like some Christian nightclub?
He would do like different picnics, and a lot of times he would just like do his like he would like make CDs, and some of them like one I always remember that I like as a young person you're like, oh, this is so weird, but it was like he would take like Martin Luther King and then like a different, I have to like talk to him now after this. Like, I need that track to like just release it for him.
I want to hear it actually, because I'm just imagining. I'm like, okay, we're at the eve, and there is your
Yeah.
gospel DJ.
Yeah,
We're getting saved and getting drinks. I
There you
love it. Like,
Yeah, he is like, it's so funny because like now me doing music, when we talk, we're like talking music, and one of the things he's like, you got to go listen to Nitro Praise, and it's like this, it's like,
I actually know what he's talking about. Nitro Praise. Wow, that is like my.
yeah. So he knows that like the back of his hand. So he's always like, especially being a freestyle artist, he's like, you have to figure out a way to get like Nitro Praise with your freestyles. And I like listen to it and like, I need to figure out how to bridge this gap. But
I'm writing down Nitro Praise right now so I can go back for myself. See, I'm already leaning away from the mic. I need to, because man, Nitro Praise, that's actually, they slap. I'm not gonna lie.
So he knows all that stuff, and then he would just like find his own artist to like DJ, and it was always Christian artists, Christian rap. And so even like growing up, the most of the music I know is like gospel music.
Yeah, I'm sold. I want to hear his stuff.
Oh yeah,
I'm already his biggest fan.
DJ No Mess was his name. So like I always say I'm the son of DJ No Mess.
Oh my gosh, I love that. So one of the things you wrote about in your guest form really caught my attention, to be honest. So working with students who have been suspended and helping them find a path back into school. That is such important and overlooked work. So could you talk about what that looks like in a day-to-day kind of sense?
Yeah, so the kids we get, they are usually in school. I mean, we work with all the way from middle school to high school, so seniors in high school all the way down to like 7th graders in middle school. But what it is, it's Escape Ministries. So we work with students who get suspended for like 180 days or more.
Yeah.
So a lot of times these kids are just like out of school, and there's really a way that the schools are kind of like, hey, we don't want them back until their behavior changes. So for me, sometimes the kids I'm getting, I always get so upset because it's like the school's just kind of giving up. And it's like, I'll get a kid who's like, oh, I'm not going back until next year. And I'm like, so you have a whole year with me. And like the high school experience I had, I'm like, I know that I needed that to be the person I was today. So it's like yours is so different. And we're in an area where a lot of them don't have the same resources as other kids. So you're kind of battling both of those things of like, a lot of times the environment isn't the best environment for them to grow up in. And then the school they're going to, it's like their name is already like, their name already has a target on them. So it's like this kid gets kicked out and you kind of just see him as a bad kid. And I'm like, these kids aren't bad. They're just going through it.
Yeah.
And so when we get them at the start, a lot of times for me, academics is, I could care less. Like, how are you feeling mentally? Where's your heart at? Like, what do you want? And I think for me, sometimes that's like the first time they've probably heard, like, what do you want to do next? Like, what does life look like? And then pointing them in that direction.
Yeah.
But it's definitely a challenging work because some days it's like these schools don't even care about them when they're there. So when we're getting them, like, some of them don't even know how to read the best. And so it's like, okay, if you even took a second in that class to talk to them, they probably would have had a better experience. And so for me, sometimes I feel like I'm doing such a heavy work because I'm teaching and I'm not like the best student. So I'm like, you know, like Google and all these places that I'm using to like get more knowledge is really big to help them, but also just giving them like basic skills of like, you know, this is what I used in high school. It may not have worked the best, but it can work for you because here's just like small techniques. So the day-to-day is really just working on that, working with them on assignments, but also just working on like, how do we grow this person to believe in their self when they go back to school as well?
I love that. It sounds like it requires a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
Oh yeah. And it's like, for me, it's weird because so many people, they hear and like, that must be the craziest job. And I'm like, I love the kids I work with, and like I love waking up and going to my job. Like it's like that. Like I haven't had the kids for 2 weeks because we've been doing like staff training, and I'm like, can the kids come back already? Because like I just love helping them and love like to see them grow. It's like when you see them leave and you see them doing something that's way more positive, it's like, okay, we did that. Like that's so exciting. Or they go back and they come back to see us. Like, that's like my favorite part.
Aww. How long do you normally have a kid? Like for a whole school year? Is that normal?
It depends. I mean, like I would say like when I started, like I had a bunch of kids who were on their way back to school. So there were like a few months.
Okay.
This year I have a few that are like, the full year, which I'm excited about because it's just like we get to grow together. And I think I like to say like we get to prove the school wrong about you. And it's so fun to like get to type up like a reference letter and be like, yeah, this kid you brought to us and said they were terrible. Like they're the best kid in the entire world. And like, I like can't wait for them to graduate and like take over the world. Like that's what I always get so excited about. Like I feel like I teach so many different doctors and there's kids who are some of the most amazing artists.
Yeah.
And so it's like just to see them grow in the future is going to be so cool.
Oh my gosh. I love that. I can see the passion.
Yeah.
I can hear it. Like, and those kids are so lucky to have you as a part of their life.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. So what kinds of growth have you seen in these kids? Like once they have someone in their corner advocating for them, you've mentioned that sometimes they come back, but like, have you seen like some exceptional stories?
Oh yeah. The cool thing about Escape, we actually do something called The Hero in Me. Mm-hmm. It was really cool because I got to be a part of it for the first time last year. And we really take like 3 of our students who've been in our program for a very long time and we do like a full on like assembly for them almost. And so it's like we share their story. We had like videos made of their story that were like kind of these cartoon fiction stories that you could like see on the screen, and it's these like kids telling their story. And what was so powerful for me last year was like it was 3 girls who were up there with The Hero in Me, and it's like to see like our organization empower youth but empower like young women to like go and get their goals and like go do all these things was so cool to see.
Yeah.
And it's like that's an organization you want to back. Like I always tell them like I want to be there for 10 years because it's like just to see The Hero in Me assembly where it's like these girls are telling their story to a community, it's like it's the coolest thing. So we get a lot of those stories through all of our kids. We'll get a kid that comes in and it's like the parents like they don't ever talk, but they come home now and it's like all they do is talk about Escape. Like they love going there. And so it's like we get so many different stories, but when we get to hear that back, it's like the hard days kind of go away because it's like, okay, I can have 3 hard days, but if I know a mom's kid is getting better at home, like give me 6 more.
Right. No, that's actually the best part. It's like that, it means that you got through whatever the issue was, you found a way. That's awesome. So from your perspective, you already kind of mentioned that when these kids come from the other schools, they already got a target on their back. They made a name for themselves. But why do you think this particular group of students, suspended youth, often get overlooked in the bigger education conversation?
Yeah, I really think it comes from a part of like they don't know their worlds a lot of times. And for me, like I grew up in Chicago. I wouldn't say like I'm like hood Chicago, but I at least knew a lot of the stuff that was going on. And it's like if you knew what that community went through, sometimes it's like you can't even fathom thinking about what they're going through. And it's like, I know it's like a lot of younger kids into crime now and things like that. It's like a lot of them are seeing some of their best friend die, and it's like they're 14, 15 and they're living the life of an adult. And it's funny, and I have to mention it, I'm a very big Chance the Rapper fan. And there's a song he just made called The Negro Problem, and it's like one of my favorite songs to listen to. Because he said like nowadays you're like 13 but you got to think 30. And it's like a lot of my kids are in that world where it's like if you sat in their house for one day and like tried to live that same life, you probably would go crazy. But like you see these kids and they like still are trying to go to school. They're still trying to like make a way for themselves. And I think the school system sometimes is like, oh, this kid just yelled at me all day today. It's like something probably made them yell at you because at home they're going through the worst of the worst. And they're still just like trying to show up. And it's like
that's not easy. That is rough.
So for me, it's like a lot of times, like one of the things I love we do as an organization is we do like a daily check-in of just like, how are you doing? And if I hear kids at 2, okay, I'm a teacher now. We're in a smaller classroom where if you're at 2, I can be like, all right, let's have an easy day. Like, let's get 3 assignments done. But like, let's try to get that 2 to a 10 and like, let's just talk about what's going on. And so for me, like, I feel like as a teacher taking on that burden of like, what are you going through? It gives them someone to talk to. And I think so many of these teachers, like now every kid has a laptop.
Right.
And so it's like, do your homework on your laptop, turn it in online. It's like, but you don't have that communication that we used to have with a student to be like, hey, how are you doing? Like on a paper assignment, you could write a note of like, I'm proud of you, or just like, hey, how's everything going? Like we don't get that interaction anymore in schools.
Yeah.
So I feel like everything's so like, put them on a computer, you know? And so that's what I really like, that being a teacher and kind of that different area of like an alternative school, I can at least sit down with a kid and like close the laptop sometimes and just have a conversation. And that really helps them grow, not only in the classroom when they're doing their work, but just like they believe in themselves a little bit more. They believe they can actually do a math problem. So I think that's a really big thing that the schools are missing, is just really that connection with the kids of really knowing their story, especially the kids in kind of that population. Like sit down and figure out their story and you might see a completely different change.
Yeah. What I'm loving, what I'm hearing is like that you focus on connection and not just throwing a screen in front of their face.
Yeah.
And like I'm noticing like this is like across the board of what I'm seeing in just today's society, is that we're lacking that focus on the reasons why we communicate and connect, is to really understand what's happening and why you're saying what you're saying or why you're doing what you're doing. We just immediately judge and then throw it to the side. So what role do you see our community playing in making sure that these kids that you're helping do not fall through the cracks?
I think just mentorship. I think it's like everyone has a testimony, I feel like, that can help someone. And I think we just need to get into that a little bit more, of just sharing testimonies, sharing struggles. Like I feel like everyone kind of doesn't share their struggle. They always share the success, but there's a lot that goes into success. And if you think about it, it takes stages. And so a lot of times these kids, they look up to people and they see the success and they're like, oh my goodness, like they made it. But it's like they had to go through so much to get there. And that's sometimes what they need to hear, because for them, they just think like, oh, I have a hard life. But I think what the world needs to do more is just like share testimonies, share the struggle, share what they've been through. Because like one thing can change someone else's life. And like I always say, like everyone goes through the same thing at some point.
Yeah.
And if we talked about it, it would definitely connect so many more people. Of like, oh, you know, a lot of our kids are like, oh man, I've been to juvie too. What was your experience? It's like those stories and those sections of life can really help those kids. And I feel like we have so many adults who went through that.
Yeah.
And they tell the kids like, oh, don't do that. And like, you don't tell them the reason why. Like, hey, I had to go through that. Or, hey, I had to go through this struggle. And one of my quotes I tell the kids is like, I lived 18 to 25, so you don't have to. And so it's like
that.
I tell them a lot of the things I went through so openly, because they're going to be 21, they're going to be 22. And if I can tell them those like years of my life, at least when they get there, they don't repeat them, or at least they hear like my little voice or someone's voice in there just telling them like what not to do. So I feel like so many people have so many good stories and testimonies I hear about. It's like, go share that with the youth, because they need it. I feel like that's the generation where they're like, oh, we're scared for that generation. Like we're not teaching that generation. So that's why we're scared for them.
Yeah. No, man, I mean, you're just spitting facts and truth left and right. And I'm like, yeah, that's really it, you know? And I really like that you said that. I think, well, for me, is like, it's sometimes hard to talk about what I went through because I don't want to be seen in a certain way.
Yeah.
But you changed struggle to testimony. And then all of a sudden I'm like, actually, wait, I could actually really talk about what I went through, because it's not, it's like sharing the struggle, but there's something to learn from it. So you also describe yourself as a music coach and freestyle artist. I love that combination. How did music first become a tool for you personally? And then how did you start bringing it into your work with kids.
Yeah, I mean, this is like, I gotta give it up. My wife's in the studio. Can we say that? Like,
Yeah.
she's here. So when we started dating, I kind of was like, hey, I like do music. And it was kind of like this little, like, I don't want to be like, I'm a rapper. Here we go. But I would like send her beats. And she was like, one day, just like, have you ever like actually talked on a track? And I was like, no, not really. But like, I hate writing music. Like, I just can't like to write a song for me is so hard to do. But to sit and just like talk over a beat is a lot easier. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll just try freestyling like songs. And so over time, like the first ones were like not the best, which is usually how it works.
That's
like,
usually how it goes.
There's somewhere I'm like, I listen back to them now and I laugh like, what were you trying to do on that one? But like it happens. And then over time it just became more of like a repetitive thing I would do. Like I kind of would just practice whenever I could. Like if I was like sitting at home at night or we're like sitting watching TV, I'm just like, all right, I'm going to put some headphones in and just like practice freestyling. And then I actually performed once. It was at Tip Top Deluxe Bar, like was the first place.
Wait, we as in you and your wife?
We don't do music together.
Oh, okay.
I want her to. Everyone's like, she has the most amazing singing voice.
She does?
Yeah, I've heard it everywhere. So I'm like, I'm hoping that in some project I get like a little couple collab.
You might just have to secretly record her singing.
Yeah,
and then throw her on a track.
Just like put a boom mic on there, and she's like, "Is this me?" It's like, no, not at all.
Oh my god.
But no, like I went to Tip Top Deluxe Bar one like Wednesday night and just freestyled. Yeah. And for my wife, she was so scared because she's like, he's never performed. He's freestyling, which is like for most people they don't understand that like I truly don't have anything in my head before. Like I might be like how we're talking about like the youth, like, okay, freestyle about the youth and what they're going through. And then I'll just like freestyle a whole 3-minute song.
Oh my gosh.
And so sometimes it literally takes me getting off stage, going home, listening back to it like 2 or 3 times to be like, dang, that was actually like really good. Like that was really, really good. Or like, oh, I really liked that set I did. And then it's just grown from there. So I like started at Tip Top. Then I went to Turnstiles. Like so sad they closed down because
they did.
Yeah, Turnstiles closed down like a month ago.
Really?
So it was like so shocking to me because I was like the one place I went to go freestyle and like do performances, and like half of my content is from Turnstiles.
Oh my god!
So it's like when they closed, I was like, dang, like I have to find a new place. And then going to like the other open mic that we met at, it was like that was such a cool space to be at because like I love poetry.
Yeah. And
so the freestyle poetry for me, like I said it, and even when I said it, I was like, this is like, you're challenging yourself right now to do something you've never done before, but it came out so clean.
Yeah.
And so it's always like, I always say like, God's my ventriloquist and I'm the puppet. So like,
love that.
He kind of helps me talk a lot. And so I just feel like I pray to Him, talk to Him. And then when I get there, it's just like the words always help someone.
Yeah.
And so then being a music coach, like at Escape Ministries, we have a full studio.
Yeah.
And so they've always had the music program. They're always like, there's really no one who wants to run it. And for me, I'm like, I love music. It's been such a help for me overall. So like, I gladly take it over. So I have so many kids that come in and they're like, want to make a rap, or I just have kids now like showing me their poems or stuff like read this, listen to this. And they're so like good. Like they talk so well about like what their life is. And I think that's why I always say, like, if we share our struggle, like I wish I could like have a YouTube channel just for them to like do their music and put it out. Cause I would rather listen to them than listen to some of the newer artists because their struggles are so like right now. And so it's so cool because even some of the kids that don't talk, like they'll give me a poem and it's like phenomenal. And I'm like, can I use this? Like, can I put this somewhere for you? Because they do love to write and talk, and like music helps them too. So that's like the really fun part of being a music coach. I get to like help kids make their songs be like an actual like project. Mm-hmm. And then some of it is also just like I get to hear kids' stories in such a cool way, like how I would like to listen to my own story.
Yeah. I think you're onto like an idea though.
Yeah.
Like you should make a YouTube channel or something. And I would love to hear it, but also I'm thinking too, I'm like, that's such a unique and authentic idea.
Yeah.
So think on that. That was planted in you for a reason.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely in the works. I'll say that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. We're working on some stuff there.
Good.
I'm hoping that, in the next few years, it'll grow to what I want it to be.
It will.
But I'm definitely excited for where that music program is coming or where it's coming, or not coming to, but going to.
Yeah.
I think it's already in a good foundation, but I think in the next few years, I definitely am excited to see what we can take out of there and really make a name for some of those kids in there, because we got some giants in there, I'll say.
Keep me posted on that.
Oh, yeah.
I might have to have you come back.
Okay.
And we're going to have to talk about that.
For sure.
All right. So, you said it before that kids act on what they hear more than what they see. That's powerful. So can you expand on what you've noticed about how music shapes their behavior, their stories, and even their futures?
Yeah, it really started when the kids, they were like, as your teacher, it's like, what does your teacher do outside of school? So when I'm like, yeah, I'm a rapper, they're like, we need to hear your music. You're probably trash. But then when they heard my music.
I forget kids are.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good.
That threw me. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it usually happens that way. They're always like, it's like you work with kids, so the things that are going to come out are going to be so goofy.
Out of left field. Don't see it happen. Yeah.
And so for them, it was when they're like, wait, you rap, and I would show them stuff, they would always be so intrigued, this is really cool, but it's something different that I've never heard before. And then for a lot of them, it could help them relate, because a lot of the things our kids went through, I went through, or they would hear me say something and be like, wait, he's talking about us. He's out there talking about us. And I would tell them
aww.
For me, I always would love if I ever made it necessarily, that's the generation I would definitely go help. That's kind of I feel like I have the place I want to be where I always say, I look at Chance the Rapper and how he had social works and how he really made music to kind of give back to the community.
Yeah.
So for me, it's I'm always looking for a way to figure out how I can go out, make music, make money, and then give it back to them. And so when they hear my music, they're like, wait, he's talking about our right now struggle. And I feel like I'm the person that can kind of talk about it for them and be their voice for adults, because it's adults listen to adults.
Right.
So if I can be that adult that just talks about the issues they have, or hear their stories and then be able to put it in a song for other people to hear, I think it's really cool. And they really love the music, not even my music, but just the music I listen to in general. I'll play something this is really good. What is this? And I'm like, here you go. You'll add it to your playlist. And then they're listening to stuff over and over again. So it's really just.
That's so cute.
Yeah, it's really cool. And then it's sometimes they'll show me a song and they'll catch me a few times. There's a few things I've added to my playlist because they show me and I'm like, this is bad. But then I go home and search it up again, put it in my ear and be like, this isn't that bad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's mutual, and that's crazy. I never thought about that. Adults talk to adults. I never thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I'm always listening to everybody.
Yeah.
I listen to my dog in the trees as well.
I might need that because I'm there's some days where I'm driving home and I'm I don't even know what to listen to, but if I had just some calming music, I'd be this will be nice.
Theo's Coffee Break.
See?
We have we have our own playlist as well, the Theo's Coffee Break table playlist. It's an ambiance. It's the nature of what happens here.
Perfect.
And there's no words, so you can really throw it on in the background. So I'll share that with you.
Oh, perfect. I think you just gave me the playlist for my class some days. We're just gonna have work time and playlist.
Oh no, the kids would hate me because it's so calming to where they might fall asleep.
Hey, that's what they need. I just said, I was they need to relax. We might try it.
Awesome. So I know freestyle is one of your passions. How does teaching kids the art of freestyle help them express themselves differently than maybe traditional structures in school allow? And I do want to say, you've mentioned it a few times, but if you could put that into 3 sentences of what you really think that impact is to kind of get a clear shot message there, that'd be great.
Yeah, I think freestyling just helps the kid tell their story the best way. And when you're freestyling, you don't necessarily have a structure of a song. Freestyling, you can kind of go anywhere with it. And so I always tell them, like, make your, like, when you're freestyling, you can tell your whole story, but just make it so that, like, you're telling it from your perspective. So it just gives them more of, like, a 5-minute track to go freestyle and tell a entire story about, like, a time they lost their dad. Like, you can freestyle that in so many ways if you find the right beat and just make it something that's so heartfelt. So I think that's where the freestyling really helps teach them. Like, it teaches them how to tell their story in a good way, or just tell a story in a good way.
You know, I might have to do that for myself because I've tried to freestyle. Trust me, I've tried, and it turns really crappy really quick. But I never thought about, you know, talking about an experience that might be hard to talk about, or you might not know how to bring into conversation. That'd be a great opportunity. So I'm learning something here.
Yeah, there we go, dropping gems.
I love it. So I wanted to highlight some of your past work as well. You've competed and placed in spitting bar competitions. You've led chapel at Calvin Christian, spoken about Black history at Jefferson Elementary. And now you're leading a workshop at the Where You At conference this October. That's a lot of impact already. But looking back, are there any of those moments that felt like were a turning point for you specifically?
I think speaking at the schools was so different. Because,
oh yeah, they are.
yeah, it just was like I felt like I had made it, and I didn't need to be like on the big stage. But it's like these kids are sitting here, you know, like they're superhero almost. And it's like, I saw Tim. Oh, this is Tim, and I'm like, this is so cool to be at. And then leading chapel was so different because I'm like, you're a Christian artist, but now you're like leading a chapel, which is so like huge. And it's like just to see the kids come up to you after and just like tell you this was like the coolest thing I've seen, or like thank you, or I really needed to hear that. It just makes you feel like so calm. Like I think I felt calm after it, but it was like, all right, like you mean something, like your music means something. And it just was such a cool moment to see like how much hard work led to just being able to do a chapel, and then getting to go to a middle school and talk about so many powerful things. I think that was always so rewarding for me. Like I get to talk about God, or I get to talk about like my true values and don't have to switch. So that just really made me so happy.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Because I never really thought about it like that. And, you know, I think for me, it can be intimidating at times, like leading up to that moment, being like, you're excited. And then all of a sudden you're starting to think about like, oh, wait, like it really sets in. And then you're there and then you're about to go up to the mic and you're like, okay, we're really doing this.
Yeah.
And it all sets in. So I think that's amazing. And that's a great act of courage as well. So what has surprised you most in the different settings you've been invited to, from schools to conferences and chapel? Like how people receive your message? Has anyone come up to you afterwards and was just said something that surprised you?
It's just always kind of the thing that gets me is like, you said something that changed my life, or like, oh, you had I have something to go home and think about. And it's always like I said, I freestyle a lot of music. I freestyle a lot of like just little things. So it's like something I said in that moment had to be so powerful. And a lot of times I don't even remember what I said. So it's like I like have to kind of go in my head and like, what did I say? What was it? And that's why I like being able to watch the videos back, because then I'll like hear something and be like, okay, that might have been a point where that really impacted someone. But I think just the overall love that I get afterwards of like, oh my goodness, that really helped me in some way. It's like the satisfaction to keep going, or like keep perfecting, just because I know like it's helping someone. And I don't ever get to see the aftermath of that conversation, but like I know it started something in them, which is so cool.
And fulfilling. Yeah. I mean, let's put more emphasis on that. Like from here on out is like that feeling of fulfillment. You can't replace it. It has to be cultivated and worked into. All right. So let's talk about this new project that you're working on. You mentioned a live album recording. That sounds huge. So tell us what people can expect from that experience.
Yeah, I'm excited. Like I've definitely taken a break from recording like music and putting stuff out, and it's really just been more of like busyness with getting married. We got married June 14th.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so we're like newly married. So just like honeymooning and doing all those things. It's like I was okay dropping music because like that was like the best time of my life. Like I am so happy to be married. I have an amazing wife and I just like love her to death. And so just to have that time to like grow and be connected as one was so fun. And even in that moment, it was just like I can't wait to see where we go. And then this idea came of like live recording my albums. I do so many freestyles, and like when I'm at home, I can do amazing freestyles and they're so good. But like I love the crowd. Like I love just having community out. So one of the biggest things I want to try to do with this next project is really just show everyone the creative process for me of like these are really in the moment. Like I'm working on new beats and new like samples and hooks, but like when you hear the beat for the first time in that setting, like I'm probably hearing it for the first time, or this is the first time I'm actually rapping it. So kind of this cool little moment of like, hey, I was there when Tim made this song, or I was there when he made this song. And then at the end, just having such a cool project that kind of has a nice build to it. Like as a song gets released, I want to release some during that moment, save some for like the actual finished project. But even getting ready for the Where You At conference, they're like, hey, we want you to speak, but like we want you to perform as well. So knowing that, I'm like, I want new music out. Like I want some new stuff that people can vibe to, and everyone's just like, we need new music. Like we want you to drop this type of song or this type of song. So I'm really just taking all those things in, but to be able to show people in the moment, like, hey, I heard this tip, or I heard like how you want this to sound, and putting it all in one room so people can see like art in one place. And no one really does live recording albums anymore. So I feel like it's definitely a different space to go into and try.
You know, and then, so for you who's listening, Tim and I met at the House of Words open mic. So I can genuinely say with my full chest, it was a great experience.
Appreciate it.
And I was definitely thrown because at first I didn't realize or know what was happening. But by the time I was done, I was like, I'm going to check him out because
appreciate that.
It was so, I mean, I really feel like I got saved.
Appreciate
I've been
that.
baptized once, but I got baptized again by Tim. So
that just literally made me, that's why I do it, honestly. It's like quotes like that, I hear that. And like I have my Apple Music out, and I always laugh about this. Like my Apple Music was literally freestyles that like were in my computer for so long that I was like, I just need to get these out to see what happened. But it's like 600 plus streams. And so I'm like, what in the world? Like,
yeah.
This is crazy. And so most people haven't seen a live show, and they're like, Tim, these songs aren't like it's the kids again. Tim, these songs suck. But I'm like, dude, you haven't been to the other side of like a show where I like am not, you know, like I'm in person. So I think for so many people, it's like, it's a lot different hearing me on Apple Music than hearing me in person because there's a very different side. So just hearing that, like, that's why I'm so excited for this next project, because I feel like everything that I've made is going to be so like different, and then people can experience it. I mean, I put stuff out on TikTok and stuff like that, but it's not the same as being there. So just hearing that, of
course,
it just made my day. Like my day is already made being here with you, but it's like
waffles.
Yeah, waffles, podcast, Labor Day. Like you can't tell me nothing else, you know?
Right. Well, and I can tell you this too, is like the reason why an artist doesn't become successful is because they never release any work. So even if it sucks, you know, you never know. And then you just put it out there, and then maybe the song after that won't suck so much, and people are like, oh my God, he's on to something. Yeah. He's cooking. He's real. And that's what makes it part of being a part of the artist's journey as well. So Tim, for who is listening right now, how can they show up, support, and be a part of your journey now?
I mean, any way possible. Apple Music has one of my projects out right now. It's called the Pure Praise Uncut Freestyles. There's one song I love on there called We Back. It's just like one of those cool, like fun listens to while you're in the car. But just with this next project, just Come to one of the shows. I mean, like how you said, like I got baptized by Tim. Like I definitely know. Like for me, I've been feeling so excited about this project just because I feel like I've met so many people, I've connected with so many people, and so I'm so excited to see who comes out for it. But also, I know like there's going to be new people I've never met before coming. So just like when you see them pop up, be like, oh man, you know what? Like I'm trying to be family friendly. Of like, I'm not trying to be one of those rappers like 9 o'clock, like wait all day. Like we're getting this done at like 6 o'clock. I want to go home and eat dinner too. So just like, show up to a show, or if you see something, like I post a lot about where I'm at. I definitely want to come back to House of Words. I love that environment so much. So definitely showing up there. And if you see me, just be like, hey, are you releasing anything yet? Or just, follow me on TikTok. It's Testimony in Motion. That's where I put a lot of stuff at. So a lot of my videos or snippets that I love, they're all out there. So go have a listen to some of the little snippets and just know that a lot more is coming in the future.
Is that where you post the most? Like when you say like come out to a show, like is that where they should go look? Is your TikTok?
Yeah, Instagram. I'm like back and forth. I definitely got to get better at the marketing side of things. Instagram. Sometimes I'll put like, hey, I'm going to be here. Like in the next few days or so, I'll probably release that I'm going to be at the Where You At conference. So any teens that hear this, it's like the second week in October. Come out. It's going to be so cool. It's like just a weekend of learning and coaching and workshops. And so I'm doing one literally on how Christian hip hop can make an impact. So that's going to be really cool. But most of my stuff's on Instagram of like where I'm going to be at. And then TikTok is just where I put all my music at.
All right. So drop those handles and spell them out so people can find you, man.
Yeah, we'll do this real quick. So
yeah, don't hide in the dark. Let us know where we can find you.
So on TikTok, it's Testimony in Motion, like all one word. There's no like underscores, no slashes. It's just
it's Testimony, and then when you say in, it's like IN.
Yep.
And then Motion.
In Motion. Yep. Okay. And then it's nice because I also go by Tim, so it just that's how that name came to be. Because if you like T.I.M is
shut up.
Yeah. So
are you serious?
That's what always
Testimony in Motion, Tim. That's so funny because like my name Shin Hu Young. That's my Korean name. SHY, because I'm naturally a shy person, but that wasn't intentional. Whoa.
Yeah. So
this is crazy.
It's most people don't always, they like, I'll say it. I'm like, oh yeah, my name's Testimony in Motion. And I'm like, or Tim.
Like TIM.
And they're like, huh? And I'm like TIM. And then they do the same thing. They're like, wait, that's so clever. Because like I always said, like if I did music, I never wanted to be like the dude who has two different names. Yeah. Like I always just want to be Tim. Like that's Tim. We know Tim. And like, we're good. Like, so everyone knows a different Tim. Like, some people know the artist Tim, and then some people know me as like the family dude who's just married, relaxing. But like, at least I get to be myself. It's not like that's Lil T, and it's like in the street, and I got to be Tim somewhere else. So yeah,
I almost dated a guy named Tim. I don't know where he is now. He's probably in Motion.
In Motion around the street somewhere. You never know. And then for Instagram, it's just Tim_Harris05. And so that's just more life stuff. That just kind of shows the type of person I am. So I really like it. The other day I was really looking at my Instagram and going to church. Is like, you want to see the type of person you are. It's like going through pictures. I'm like, wow, this really depicts my life. And it's like getting baptized at the very bottom, but then you see like amazing person in my life who just got me so happy being my wife. And then it's like it grows from these little dates, and you see me doing the like I love to golf, I love music, but it's like all in one page where it's like you can just go there and see everything.
You know what I love here is the positivity.
Yeah.
Optimism, positivity, joy, not afraid to talk about the good things.
You got to.
We gotta bring this back, y'all. Come on now. Stop being so hard on yourselves.
Yeah, I feel like everyone always is so hard. It's like, let's bring joy. Everyone, like, we need it. This world needs joy. It needs love.
Yes.
It's like the world's so crazy. Like, I was talking about it the other day. I need a social media detox with how much stuff we see. And it's like, where's the good news at? Like, we need just good joy. We need good community. We need people to just share their stories, and like everyone's going through it. But if we all start talking, like it'll be so much better.
All right. So as we wrap up, I want to ask you this. When you think about the young people you're working with, what do you hope they carry with them most from your mentorship and from your music?
Just like reach for your goals. Like they're a lot closer than you think. And then just know that whatever you set your mind to, like it's definitely achievable. And I feel like we get told so much that it's not, because there's already someone up there, but like history repeats itself. Like there's going to be another millionaire. It's you. So just go for your goals. Know that the road's not easy. It's definitely going to be rocky, but if you can roll with the punches, you're definitely going to see the blessings at the end of it. So I think for the kids, that's what I always try to tell them, like, just go for your goals. It's there. Like, it's going to be hard, but like once you're done, you're done. And then with my music, just talking about my journey, even just now with podcasting and being able to do all the things I've gotten to do, like talk about the road that got me there, talk about what it feels like to be here now. So it's just going to be a really cool, like, way to show people, like, even when you're making music, even when you're doing stuff, there's so much you think about. And so, like, talking about those moments, talking about the kids, and just kind of giving everyone advice from my perspective, I think.
Yeah, everything you just said is like literally like that's how I feel. And that's really beautifully said too. So for the listeners who might not be directly in the nonprofit world, but still want to support kids in their communities, what's one simple step you'd encourage them to take?
Just reach out to your local nonprofits. Like there's so many small things we need. It's like one meal, like a meal for lunch is so big for them. Or just like, hey, I got extra clothes. Don't give them to Goodwill. Give them to us. You know, just really help those nonprofits, because they're doing so much work, and like anything helps. Even if you just want to be a talking ear for some of them, like just anything you can do. A dollar even helps. It may not seem like it, but just like reach out to your nonprofits and just see how you can help, because they're the people that work there really do care about what they're doing. And so that little impact that you do, like you give us, it relieves us a little bit of stress.
Yeah, and you mentioned you work with Escape Ministries?
Escape Ministries in Holland, Michigan. So
okay. And they probably have a website. If you just look
we got
them
a website. We got an Instagram. They love donations. We love people that come in and cook. We have some cool volunteers that already come and cook the kids lunch some days. Like, let us know in any way you want to be plugged in. We'd love it. We have a can donation that we love. If you have cans, we actually will take your cans to Meyer for you. So, like, if you just have a big bag of cans after a party, like, take them there, and our kids literally sort them, and that's how we do a lot of our activities as well. So, that's something is easy. Like, oh, your trash is our treasure. So, like, just anything like that. But, like, reach out to your nonprofits, because they have so many things just like that to help out.
I love this. I love this so much. Timothy, thank you so much for bringing your story here. I'm sorry, Tim, thank you so much for bringing your story here to our coffee table. Your passion for music and your dedication to the next generation is really what we needed to hear today. And I knew that you were going to be a great guest. So for everyone listening, be sure to connect with Tim on Instagram. Again, his handle is Tim_Harris05. And then on TikTok, it's Testimony in Motion. And keep an eye out for his upcoming live album recording, because it's going to be an unforgettable experience. And if you can be there, be there. So this has been another interview here on Theo's Coffee Break podcast. I am your host, Theo, reminding you that every story matters, and you are always welcome here at our coffee table. So until next time, stay grounded, stay inspired, and I will see you on Monday. See you in the next episode.